The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, good afternoon, AFTER friends, AFTER members. It's so great to have you with us this afternoon. Today is the third webinar that Dubai Tourism has run for us. Dubai Tourism is AFTER's destination partner, and while we're all working remotely, Dubai is very keen to stay connected with you all. The training and education around Dubai happens in Australia through Julie King and Associates. And with me today to deliver the content, I have three representatives from Julie King and Associates. I've got Cherie, Julie herself, and Andrew. So welcome, guys.
Thanks, Joe.
Welcome, thank you.
Now, you're all in listen-only mode, but as usual, we'll take questions. So please use the question toolbox to ask anything that you would like, and we will make sure we allocate some time at the end to answer questions. Today, you're learning all about families, and so by the end of the webinar, you should have a really great insight into the experiences and attractions that are on offer for all families who have kids of different ages, and get to know a bit more of how it can be a fantastic place to stop over or stay for a few days. Well, that's enough from me. I'm going to pass you over to the experts. Cherie, Andrew, take it away.
Thanks, Joe. Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks again for your time in joining another one of our Dubai webinar series. As Joe mentioned, we are actually going to take you through many of the family offerings in Dubai. And I guess over the years, Dubai continues to appeal to the large family market through its ease of connectivity, the infrastructure, and also, through the variety of attractions and experiences. So I'm going to take you through these now. So bear with me, there's a lot to cover, and we will then open up to some Q&As as well. So firstly, what I wanted to talk to you about was Dubai Parks and Resorts. Now you can see here on the scale of the map, it's an absolutely massive complex. So down the bottom here is an area called Riverland. So Riverland is like the gateway to Dubai Parks and Resorts. It's a themed dining and retail experience. So you can actually access this area without having a ticket to any of the other parks. When you're walking along the river, you'll come across 4 different zones, which will actually give you a glimpse into some of the great eras of our past. You'll come across the French village, which is a very medieval town. There's also the boardwalk, which was sort of set in America in the 1950s. And then you'll come across India Gate and the peninsula. Now, this space was designed for outdoor concerts. It's kind of like a piazza area where it connects you to the various districts of the parks. In these zones as well, you'll walk through and you'll see lots of street entertainment, some musicians, acrobats, and many dining options as well. I just wanted to point out to the right here of the Riverland area is where we have one of the hotels, the Rove, at the park. So it's a 3-star property, great for families and adults with teens. And then on the left-hand side here is where La Pita, the 5-star resort, is located as well. So 2 great hotels located out there. The first park I wanted to talk to you about was Legoland Dubai. So here at Legoland Dubai, there's 40 Lego themed rides, shows, there's building experiences and attractions, perfect obviously for families with children aged, we'd say around 2 to 12, but also of course big kids and adults who are also, I guess, Lego obsessed. So you can take a tour through the Lego factory, you can see how Lego bricks are made, and then you can visit the big shop afterwards to take home some souvenirs as well. Lego City is where kids can actually fly a plane, they can steer a boat, they can actually even learn or actually get their own Lego driving license as well. There's an area called Imagination where kids can build and race Lego cars. And also there's a family area called Adventure where families can go on underwater submarines, power skis on the wave races and so forth. I guess on the bottom right-hand picture there, you'll see Miniland. So in Dubai, we've actually got the first indoor air-conditioned Miniland as part of the Legoland concept. So it's obviously an interactive area and it's made up of 20 million Lego bricks. So you'll see many of the Dubai iconic skyline there. You can see the Burj Al Arab, the Burj Khalifa in the background, the Jumeirah Beach Hotel and so forth. And there's obviously other key landmarks from the Middle East around there as well. Moving on to Legoland Waterpark. So this is really a unique, and it's the only water park actually in the region designed specifically for kids aged between 2 to 12 and their families. At this park, you can take on the Super Soaker area, build your own Lego raft. You can float around a lazy river as well. There's a splash safari. So there's 20 rides and attractions in the actual water park itself. Families can actually build their own boats with Lego. They can test it out against the water rapids. There's also an opportunity, which is really a one-of-a-kind experience or a concept where kids and adults can actually custom build their own Lego raft with large, soft Lego pieces. And you can actually float your own way through the lazy river, which is kind of cool. The Joker Soaker area is like an interactive playground with slides and water features. And then you have, you'll see the bottom right-hand picture here, which is the Lego Slide Racer. So it consists of 6 mat slides where you can actually race against your family and friends there as well. And then, of course, there's the Lego Wave Pool and Wave Rider as well. Then we'll move on to the second theme park, so Motiongate Dubai. Now, this one was formed by 3 of the largest and most successful motion picture studios in Hollywood, and that being DreamWorks Animation, Columbia Pictures, and Lionsgate. You can actually start your experience when you step into the Studio Central area. So you kind of transported into the golden age of Hollywood, and you'll see some real life movie sets, you know, from New York City. You can go behind the scenes and discover the illusion of filmmaking and theatrical opening of shows as well. The first zone you'll come across will be the Columbia Pictures. Now here you'll find rides and attractions based around the Green Hornet, Ghostbusters, and Underworld. There's 7 attractions, including family water rides, roller coasters, and interactive shows as well. Smurfs Village offers 5 attractions, including interactive play zones, family rides, and theatre shows, so great for younger audiences. The next zone is DreamWorks, and this is where you can actually explore 4 unique lands based on blockbuster classics like Kung Fu Panda, How to Train Your Dragon, Madagascar, and Shrek. This is all entirely indoors, which is great, and there's a lot of roller coasters, family rides, a multimedia theatre show in there as well, and also interactive play zones. And then the last one is Lionsgate. So this actually brings to life, I guess, the fast-paced action of the Hunger Games, and also the dance spectacular Step Up Dubai All In, which is the latest instalments based on the Step Up franchise as well. So a great park for all ages, this one. And moving on to our last theme park in the complex, which is Bollywood Parks Dubai. Now, this is actually a first park of its kind in the world. It's got 5 zones where you can experience different environments inspired by the greatest Bollywood blockbusters. As you enter, you come into an area like called the Bollywood Boulevard, and you're greeted by a vibrant display of cafes, live entertainment as well. You'll stroll the streets created of Mumbai, where there's lots of food carts, shopping, and a real party atmosphere as well. The spirit of India really comes alive in this area, and it's a great setting where you can actually take part in adventures such as played out by Laguna and Sholay as well. So a really fun area as you walk into the park itself. Straight ahead of you, you'll see in the main picture, this is the Royal Plaza, and this is where you'll see the Raj Mahal Theatre. This is home of the region's first, I guess, Broadway-style Bollywood musical. It's such a spectacular theatre, and even just if you can't actually see a show when you're there, it's just great to have a look inside the theatre as well, because it is quite spectacular. And then lastly, the Bollywood's film studio is where you can actually learn how to create a blockbuster like Zindagi and meet your favourite Bollywood superheroes such as Krish and Rawan. Now, apologies to any Bollywood fans listening. I have most likely pronounced those incorrectly, but actually the park itself is quite spectacular, and I think it's, you know, really it is for all ages, as it's quite theatrical and entertaining. Now I'm going to move on to IMG Worlds of Adventure. So it's another theme park in Dubai. This one is actually, I guess, the largest temperature-controlled park and entertainment destination. It covers 1.5 million square feet, and it has the capacity to welcome over 20,000 guests a day. In the park itself, it features an array of roller coasters, thrill rides, and attractions. So I'll take you through quickly the zones of the park. As you come in, you'll enter the IMG Boulevard. So it's the welcome zone, and here you'll find a lot of interactive attractions, some retail outlets as well, and a wide variety of food options or dining options. So these can include anything from food carts to cafes and restaurants throughout the park itself. One of the zones which is pretty popular is Marvel. It's our superheroes, featured Spider-Man, the Hulk, Thor, the Avengers, and so forth. The next zone is our Lost Valley. It's the prehistoric world of dinosaurs, where you can find the dinosaur ride attractions. So great again for all ages. And then Cartoon Networks, any cartoon lovers that enjoy the Powerpuff Girls, Ben 10, Lazy Town is all in this zone. And lastly, within the park is the Novo Cinemas. So this is actually really an ultra modern and futuristic design complex. There's an IMAX theatre as well. You can actually have a private lounge with dedicated fine dining and a butler service. So similar to, I guess, to our Gold Class offering that we have here as well. The admission for the parks is 299 dirham per person on that one. Then we come to one of the iconic attractions, which is Aquaventure Waterpark and Lost Chambers. So Aquaventure is located at the Atlantis the Palm, and it offers 30 rides and attractions. It's got Dubai's longest lazy river. There's also a new wave machine there as well, and there's around 500 metres of private beach to enjoy. So the actual park at Aquaventure, you can actually also, it offers some marine life encounters as well. And depending on your time of year, I mean, there's always, with all the attractions, there's always some specials and offers around, but this entry fee to Aquaventure is normally around from 299 dirham per person. Then within the Atlantis complex as well is the Lost Chambers Aquarium. So this one has 65,000 marine animals that swim within the Ambassador Lagoon. And there's 21 exhibits to explore through the chambers. So you can take a behind the scenes tour as well. The entry to go through the chambers is 90 dirham per person. I wanted to mention as well, there's also some additional experiences in the aquarium. So you can actually do like a ultimate snorkel, they call it. So the whole family can really get involved in this one. And it's suitable for swimmers aged 6 and up. Then you can do the scuba, which is great for anyone who's non-certified or certified. And the age group for that is for 10 and up as well. And then the last one I want to tell you about, which is a really cool experience, which I hope to do next time I'm there, which is Aquatrek. So it's using high-tech underwater helmets. So you'll be able to obviously breathe underwater and be surrounded by all the, the marine life in the lagoon as well. So definitely some options rather than just going through the chambers there as well. And we've got another water park to add to our collection, which is Wild Wadi. So Wild Wadi is actually situated on the Jumeirah Beach, right in front of the Burj Al Arab and next to the Jumeirah Beach Hotel as well. So it offers 30 rides and attractions for the whole family. You actually get complimentary access when you're staying at the Jumeirah Beach Hotel, Madinat Jumeirah Properties, the Burj Al Arab, Jumeirah Emirates Towers, and also on the Palm at the Jumeirah Zabil Zarai. So all the guests get to enjoy free entry there. The rates for general admission for Wild Wadi, again, based around from the 299 dirham per person. And just because we don't have enough water parks, we've included one more, which is quite new, called the Laguna Water Park. Now, this is located on the La Mer beachfront. It offers 5 slides, including a raft ride and a free fall. There's an infinity pool. You can actually rent a cabana and overlook the ocean, so parents can enjoy that while the kids are playing through the park. There's also an aqua play splash area for families with younger children. And there's actually 4 eateries within the park as well. But the really cool concept here is it's called Wave Oz, which is a wave pool. And you'll see in my picture there below is that it's a surf experience. Basically what it is it's an 180 degree ride experience that spans 180 feet wall to wall. So with such a big surface, it can actually accommodate 3 to 4 surfers or bodyboarders at one time if you're game. A family pass, just to let you know, to Laguna for 2 adults and 2 children is 585 dirham. The next experience I wanted to mention to you here was the camp. So this is like a unique 24-hour camping experience at Laguna Waterpark. So what happens is check-in is at 5 p.m. and you can experience a night under the stars, essentially. So you'll have your barbecue dinner, there's music and entertainment, you can sit around the campfire, there's board games for families and movies under the stars. The following morning, campers can enjoy the sunrise if they're up early enough, or a walk or a swim at the beach. And then the camp team will actually deliver a basket to each tent. So guests can actually then cook their own breakfast at the live cooking stations. Checkout is 10, however, campers are encouraged to stay, obviously, at the park, enjoy the park for the afternoon, and it's unlimited food and beverages included as well. So to let you know in terms of price-wise, if it's for 2 people, you're looking at 700 dirham, or if it's for 4 people, for a family in a TP tent, you're looking at 1,200 dirham for that. And I believe the offer is available at the moment for Thursday and Friday afternoons. I've actually got a quick video to show you on the actual experience. There's no sound, but I just wanted to show you what it actually looks like. Okay, so moving on to the Green Planet. Now, this is located in the City Walk district of Dubai, and it has more than 3,000 species of plants, animals, and birds in the one location. So this facility really is aiming to educate guests about the importance of the tropical forest and the future, I guess, of our planet as well. So the Green Planet exposes Dubai to another world within its vertical bioglass dome, which you'll see on the bottom right-hand side there. And that houses species including sloths, reptiles, spiders, butterflies, and a vast array of birds as well. So it really does appeal to all ages, whether it's, teenagers or young children as well, because it's quite educational for all. The biodome itself is made up of 4 levels, and each level discusses the role and the importance every part of the rainforest plays as well. So on the door tickets for this one are 120 dirham for adults and 99 for children. Ollie Ollie is a play museum for children. So this one is really, I guess, designed for children between 2 to 11 years. It features 8 galleries spread across 2 floors. So kids can have fun while learning at dedicated spaces, which gets them involved with like air and water. There's a creative lab, there's cars and ramps and so forth. So they're really free to wander and discover the spaces because it's designed to foster their creativity and imagination here as well. Each gallery offers a sensory experience, so it's been carefully designed with art and modern equipment and inspired by ideas from like global educators and development psychologists as well. So in total, there's over 40 interactive experiences for children to enjoy here. We find that this is one place that kids really request to return to because they love it so much. They'll spend, 2 or 3 hours here and then, they'll ask their parents to come back to it because it's such a great experience for them as well. So we really highly recommend this one. Next is Ski Dubai. So Ski Dubai is, who would have thought you could ever ski in the middle of the desert? So it's located in the Mall of the Emirates, which is currently Dubai's 2nd largest mall. So you can actually either visit by a snow park pass. So that means you have access to the snow park where you can build a snowman, you can ride down the hills in the little balls, take a bobsled, zip line as well, or take the chairlift. You get a chairlift ride as well, and then you can pop up to the cafe out there, have a hot chocolate. And then, or if skiing is actually your thing, you can hop up at the end of the top of the chairlift there and ski all the way down to the bottom. So really it is a great indoor experience all year round for families. It's got real winter conditions, real snow. The temperature is set at around -2 degrees as well. And just to let you know, the snow park pass, so without skiing, is from 190 dirham. And if you're going to ski, you can do like a 2-hour session on the slope for 210 dirham as well. And there's also ski lessons available for families. The next one I want to talk to you about, which not a lot of people are familiar with, which is the Dubai Miracle Garden. Now, this is really quite spectacular. It's the largest natural flower garden located in Dubai land. It covers like 72,000 square metres, and it has a lot of famous buildings and structures made out of flower displays. So when you walk down like the heart-shaped pathway, you'll see floral castles and full-size houses. The Miracle Garden itself has 50 million flowers throughout the different exhibits as well. And there's plenty of attractions to see. There's a large variety. There's some really quirky and alternative arrangements in the gardens as well. Last season, as you can see at the top right-hand corner there, you could actually see the Guinness World Records breaking floral rendition of the Emirates A380. This exhibition itself was covered with more than 5,000 flowers and living plants. So really cool to be able to see that. And just walking through the gardens itself, you'll come across daily entertainment, including parades and street performers as well, and other family-friendly activities throughout the gardens. But not to mention as well, lastly, there is also a butterfly garden, which is really essential to visit as well, because it houses 15,000 butterflies, and it's built in like 9 custom-built domes as well. So just to let you know, the park actually closes during the summer while new exhibits are renovated or installed, usually opening from the 1st of November through to the 1st of May on that one as well. And for admission, you're looking at 55 dirhams for adults and children at 40 dirhams. So really, really quite cheap in that sense. Dubai Mall, I'm going to say 90% of people that visit Dubai will always go to the mall. It's a destination in its own right, and you can easily spend a couple of days here as there's just so much on offer as well. I'll start with the Dubai Aquarium and Underwater Zoo. Now, this is a 10 million litre aquarium tank. It's located on the ground floor of the Dubai Mall, and it's the largest suspended aquarium in the world. So it's pretty amazing. You can actually obviously see it from in the mall itself. But you can actually take a tunnel experience, like a walkthrough as well. So it houses, thousands of aquatic animals. There's over 140 species, 300 sharks and rays to see. And it also is the home of the king croc, who weighs 750 kilos, so massive. There's numerous ways, for visitors to experience it. The tunnel experience itself, so the walkthrough is about 20 minutes, and that's around 35 dirham. There's also other experiences in the aquarium itself, so you can do shark diving, and that's recommended for 10 years and over. There's cage snorkeling, and the great thing about that, the cage actually can take 4 passengers at one time, so you can have perfect for families, and it's 8 years and over. And then, of course, scuba diving for certified and non-certified divers as well. The VR park is also located in the Dubai Mall, and this has 25 virtual experiences. So anything from speedway to dune bashing. There's a Dubai drone as well. You can captain your own flight. And in terms of experiences, there's 25 there. So if you purchase, they sell a 10 experience pass, which is 130 dirham, or you can actually pay per game as well. The Dubai ice rink is an Olympic-sized ice rink where you can skate or learn how to skate as well. In the evenings, they do have DJ nights for kids and families to enjoy, and it's located on the ground floor near the souk. And for a 90-minute session on the ice, you're looking at around 75 dirham per person on that one. And then Kidzania, you may have heard of Kidzania before. There's a couple of them around the world. It's essentially an interactive city run by kids. So it's a scaled replica of a real city. So there's over 70 role-playing activities for children aged between 2 to 16, where they'll learn about jobs, money, while developing, I guess, essential life skills as well. So kids can work behind a McDonald's counter, they can ride on a fire truck, become a radio announcer, work in a dental clinic, a supermarket, and so much more. So every job they perform is actually really cool because they actually get paid in Kidsos, which is the currency in Kidsania, and they can spend their money on items and activities throughout the city as well. Again, this is a place where I'd say they'd spend at least a couple of hours here and probably want to come back to as well. So entry fee for Kidsania ranges from, for kids from 14 to 16 is 195 dirham, and for adults you're looking at 90 dirham for 17 years and older. And then lastly is the real cinemas. So there's 26 cinema screens in this complex, so which will, you know, obviously showcase the latest blockbusters as well. Moving out of Dubai Mall and onto the Museum of Illusions. Now this actually takes you on, like, I guess, a social and entertaining experience. It's suitable for all generations, so not just children, but also, you know, their parents or grandparents and friends as well. One of the cool things in here is the vortex tunnel. The tunnel will actually drive you crazy in a sense that it will make you believe that the ground is shifting underneath your feet when you move through like this rotating cylinder. But surprisingly, it remains stable and a flat surface. There's also a collection of holograms. You can look at, you know, closer optical illusions, and it will teach you about, I guess, vision perception and the human brain. So it'll be easier to comprehend why your eyes see things that, I guess, your brain can't process as well. The museum has a playroom where visitors of all ages can be entertained. You can compete and learn with dilemma games and brain teasers as well. And to give you an idea of entry here, for adults you're looking at 80 dirham and children at 60 dirham as well. And this is located in the area of LC Spur Dubai. Moving on to Le Perle. So Le Perle is Dubai's first permanent show, and it's located in El Habtoor city. So it's only about 5–10 minutes from downtown Dubai. The show is a combination of artistic performances and technology, and they've actually built this stage specifically. It's a tailor-made aquatheatre. Their seating is at an angle of 270 degrees, which means you can feel closer to the stage and the performers. And the great thing is you can actually watch the stage flood with water and be drained out within a matter of seconds. It's quite phenomenal to see that. The scheduling of shows depends on the day of the week. So they operate from a Tuesday to a Saturday for shows, and they run for around 90 minutes. There's also dining and show packages available. It really is quite spectacular. I mean, it keeps everyone engaged, and it's something that I would really recommend because it's just like captivating and not something that you'd probably see again. Then Hub Zero. So Hub Zero is really a place where you can enter a world of competitive virtual gaming. So any gamers out there will actually absolutely love this. There's driving simulators. There's a retro arcades where you can play the games there. They've got laser tag. There's a karaoke room if you game enough, and an interactive virtual climbing wall. So it is very family friendly, and there's even a play area there for little ones to enjoy. And Hub Zero is located in the area of City Walk shopping district as well. Next, I want to talk to you about some family culture and some activities. I did actually talk on my last webinar about the Sheikh Mohammed Centre of Cultural Understanding, but I did want to touch on this again today because it is really important for families, I think. So we call it SMCCU, and it's a non-for-profit organisation located in the beautiful Wind Tower House in the Al Fahidi historical neighbourhood. So the centre offers obviously a range of activities from traditional cuisine to conversation with the local Emiratis as well. Its motto is like the open doors, open minds. So all questions, no matter how sensitive, are welcomed and they will be answered. So families can enjoy traditional Emirati breakfast, brunch or a lunch. And it will start with a guided tour through the Al Fahidi neighbourhood. And then they'll be seated on the Bedouin style cushions and enjoy a selection of traditional dishes as well, while their local hosts will answer their questions about life and living in Dubai. So I'd really say this would be suitable for families with teens to get a better understanding of Emirati culture. The next one is probably another one that not many people have heard of as well. It's Global Village, which is located in an area called the City of Arabia. And it combines cultures of 90 countries across the world at one place. It's actually the region's first cultural entertainment shopping destination as well. So you can explore like markets from all around the world. Each pavilion at the village has its own unique like boutiques, food outlets and entertainment. Pavilions include countries within the UAE, South Asia, America, Europe, Africa and the Far East, so really covered everywhere. With so many different cuisines to choose from, you can eat from anywhere from the food stalls around. There's cafes and restaurants as well. There's also loads and loads of entertainment. So there's stage shows, concerts, street entertainment, stunt shows as well. The Carnival Fun Fair Park is actually inside the village as well, and that has 31 rides, 25 skill games and over 100 arcade games as well. So definitely a family hub here. The season does run though from October through to April. So the doors open from around 4 p.m. in the afternoon and usually till midnight or 1 a.m. on the weekends as well. Entry is super cheap. It's 15 dirham, which I think is around $6 Australian. I spent around 3 hours here one evening and was so impressed by the scale of it all. You could easily arrive, say for opening at 4 and stay for dinner and a few shows to make an afternoon and evening of it as well. The next category I wanted to talk to you about was family adventure. So there's one area here called Adventura Dubai. Now this is one of a kind, I guess, tree surfing, zip lining and rope climbing adventure. It's a new attraction or experience for us in Dubai within the natural gaff trees forest in the heart of Dubai itself. So there's 85 challenges across 5 different levels, so off the ground and between the trees. So you can conquer, I guess, the longest series of treetop zip lines and then leap across a 25-metre Tarzan jump if you game. The experience allows people to reconnect with nature while having fun. The minimum age though to participate here is 6 years, and they do have a minimum height as well. So, and the actual time on the grounds is around 3 hours. So you're provided obviously with all your safety equipment. And there will be, at the start of your booking time, a 30-minute training session with one of the coaches. And then you're left in the park to have 2.5 hours to enjoy it. And I believe each circuit takes around 30 minutes to complete as well. Then we can't forget the desert activities. So again, the desert safari, which is what we recommend everybody gets to experience at least once when visiting Dubai, because it will really show you like the opportunity to connect with nature. You've got the dune bashing, the falconry, beautiful dinner in the campsite, camel rides and henna. There's also the DMCs who you book through will also be able to provide, you know, children's seats and things like that for the 4x4s as well. In the desert, you can enjoy sandboarding. There's also the dune buggies, which is super cool for, you know, children anywhere from 12 years and above. And you normally have a 2-hour hire of the dune buggies. The quad bikes, which are for older kids for 16 years and above. And then the hot air ballooning. So I think that's actually a great opportunity for family, you know, even with the younger or teenagers as well, for a great experience to appreciate the sunrise over the desert. Not to forget our outdoors and our beaches. So the image you'll see here is the Aquapark located on Jumeirah Beach Residence. So it's an inflatable water playground essentially. So great for anyone that's staying along the Marina, Jumeirah Beach Residence area. Parents can sit on the beach and kids can be left to be entertained out there for a couple of hours as well. We're pretty lucky. We have a lot of water sports on offer as well in Dubai, and these are, you know, sort of located throughout the areas from Kite Beach through to Jumeirah Beach Residence as well. There's activities like flyboarding, which would you believe that anyone from the age of 13 can actually participate, obviously accompanied by an adult. There's jet skis, which is great for parents with teens. Hero Dubai boats, which is the bottom left-hand picture, is a great way to see some of the iconic buildings of Dubai as well, like the Atlantis and the Burj Al Arab. And also, I guess, great for the tandem boat ride, so you can have one parent and one child ride together. There's obviously parasailing, stand-up paddle boarding, double kayaks, single kayaks, banana boat rides, etc. The list goes on. So very spoilt for choice there on the water. I do want to mention to you some family hotels in Dubai as well, because as you know, we're really spoilt for choice when it comes to hotels in Dubai. I've included some, I guess, examples of different star levels of hotels that are family friendly. The first one I'll mention to you is the Jumeirah Beach Hotel. So this one is a 5-star resort and has a kids club for the ages of 2 to 10 years. And of course, they will have free access as well to the Wild Wadi Waterpark. The next being the Atlantis The Palm, again, another 5-star resort located on the Palm Jumeirah, and again with free access to Aquaventure, Waterpark and the Lost Chambers Aquarium. They have 2 kids clubs here. One is for children aged between 3 to 12, and then they've got a zone which is dedicated space for teenagers from 13 to 17 years as well. The next group I wanted to mention is the Rove Hotels. So they're a 3-star brand located throughout the city. For example, there's one, the Rove Downtown, which is directly across the Dubai Mall. You'll see in the picture there, you've got a view of the Burj Khalifa in the background. There's also the Rove at the Dubai Marina, and the one I mentioned at the beginning, which is Rove at the Parks, at Dubai Parks and Resorts as well. So they're really great family-friendly rooms with interconnecting rooms. There's a cafe on premise where you can actually dine in or grab some food on the go. So yeah, great with families and teenagers as well. The Grand Hyatt Dubai, which is on the bottom right-hand corner there, is located in Healthcare City, which is on the edge of Dubai Creek, so super close to Dubai Airport. In this complex itself, there's an indoor pool, there's 3 outdoor temperature-controlled pools, a children's pool as well as water game slides, also to keep them entertained, and 13 restaurants and bars in this complex as well, so it really does cater for everybody. Then we have the JA Ocean Beach Towers. Now, I wanted to talk to you about these. I've stayed here a couple of times. These are great. It's obviously beachfront location on Jumeirah Beach residence. There's 2, 3 and 4 bedroom apartments here, and you have direct access to the beach. It's great for larger families and also those that are doing longer stays as well, because they do have full kitchens, living room and a laundry area as well. They also have a chill out zone for kids. There's playstations and games and so forth as well in that zone. And if you're talking about desert properties, I'd recommend Bab Shams. That is actually a great family friendly desert resort as well. And being close to, I guess, the likes of the Mall of the Emirates would be Kempinski Hotel, because that's actually connected to the Mall of the Emirates, and you're near Ski Dubai. And over the other side of town, I guess Dubai Mall, somewhere like the Address Dubai Mall, which is again connected to the mall, and a great base to see all the attractions there in Dubai Mall. But yeah, to be honest with you, I think the majority of hotels in Dubai really cater for families. It's just that some are more specialised than others. And hotels can also arrange babysitting services as well for your clients if that's required. Then moving on to our last category, which is family restaurants. So we're pretty lucky again, spoilt for choice with cuisine in the destination. There is quite a few new restaurants that have popped up specifically for children. One being White and the Bear, and this is the UAE's first children-focused restaurant to open in Jumeirah, and it only serves up healthy food, but it also teaches kids about nutrition and cooking. The entire restaurant has been designed with kids in mind. So with the healthy food, it's you know, served up in a creative, fun way, and it's also, you can notice there's on the top left there's all the miniature seating as well. Then we have Tom and Serge. So this is a really homely, laid-back atmosphere. On the second floor, this is an area designed, you know, specifically set up for kids. So they'll have, you know, their toys, books, chalkboards, and other entertainment up there as well. And they also have a separate children's menu. Cafe Confetti is a really cozy, kids-friendly cafe where kids can actually play, and I guess parents can semi-relax while they're in there. And then another cool one is the Pots, Pans and Boards. Now this is, I guess, really family focused. That brings back the memories of, you know, having dinner around a big family table. There's also a soft play area for children as well. And there's the menu actually is quite interesting because it is like a Michelin star food. So I guess it caters obviously to the big and small appetites as well. And then lastly, I wanted to mention Beach Combers, which is part of the Jumeirah Beach Hotel. So this is a great option. It's very laid back, family friendly, casual dining as well if you're down that area. Of course, like I said, Dubai has many options. We've also got a lot of chain restaurants there, like for kids. So the Cheesecake Factory, Shake Shack, PF Chang's, McDonald's and so forth. So definitely a lot of options. Now, lastly, I did want to show you their latest campaign for Dubai tourism. We've actually released quite a few of these. Till we meet again, stay home, stay safe as well. This one is actually We Will See You Soon campaign. So it actually shows you how the city is ready and waiting, I guess, for your clients to return to the destination or experience the city for the first time. So I'll show you this quickly. Okay, so I believe that you probably couldn't hear that. So what I'm going to try and do is jump out of this and take you to YouTube, and hopefully you'll be able to hear that again. I just wanted you to be able to get some audio on that. So let's give it a go.
Still no sound, Cherie, but it's definitely mesmerizing, even just watching all the beautiful images.
Oh, okay. Thanks for that, Joe. I don't know why the sound's not coming through. So
I think there might be some privacy restrictions when playing YouTube through GoToWebinar.
Okay, no problems.
But beautiful, beautiful imagery.
It really is, isn't it? Okay, so the last one I just wanted to show you all was, again, just to cover back on our available assets here for you as well. So lots of information on the Visit Dubai website. Of course, we have the Dubai Expert online training program as well for you to complete. The online asset collection, which is access to image galleries and videos which you can use for in-store promotion. And the Dubai 360, which is obviously great 360 views of our hotels and attractions throughout the city. And I've included the link there as well for the YouTube of the We Will See You Soon campaign. But that is it from me. So thanks so much for listening in. And now we will open up to some Q&As.
Thanks, Cherie. And what I'll do is I'll make sure those links are copied onto the website underneath the recording, so that if members want to access it, it's easily found.
Thanks, Joe.
At the moment, I've just got one question from Eleanor, who's asked Cherie if there's a leaflet or electronic info for people to study before arriving to Dubai.
In terms of study for what's available in terms of attractions, or
yeah, I think being able to pass to customers so that they can read up on the destination.
Yeah, look, there's lots of information that they can take from the Visit Dubai website as well, but there's also a great digital city guide as well, which we can send out to you, which is, yeah, it's quite fantastic. It actually goes through a lot of the attractions on offer and just useful information for around the city as well. So, and that's just, you know, a PDF document which we can send through to you as well.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and we'll put that on the website. And I know Dubai Tourism's website is a really fantastic resource. So if you've got clients who are wanting to know more about the destination, definitely send them across to that website.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's also the app as well that they can download to use, you know, before or in destination as well, which is super handy. So it actually covers a lot what's on the website as well. So.
Thanks for the question, Eleanor. Appreciate it. So, Cherie, I know we're doing a series, and we're looking at doing our next webinar next Thursday, the 18th. Have we decided on which topic we're going to cover off next week?
Well, we're still thinking about that one. So if anyone has anything that they really want to know, I mean, we've got a lot to cover, but we're hoping that we may have an update for you all on the DEX the Emirates stopover program as well. So we're just waiting on confirmation from Emirates to see if they're available to join us on that, because we think that's, you know, pretty important to be able to show you the new stopover program. So once, you know, our international borders are open, then you can start booking and selling Dubai again as a stopover.
Fantastic. Cherie, Jane has just asked if you could state the name of that more traditional style hotel that you mentioned earlier, if you can remember.
Oh, which one was that have been? Was it one of the, was it from the last webinar I did? Or one of the kids' hotels?
Yeah, Jane said it's
Bubble of Charms, maybe?
Yeah, Bubble of Charms or something. It was in today's webinar.
Yeah. Okay, so Bubble of Charms is the desert resort property. And that definitely is more of a traditional feel as well, in the whole resort, the complex itself. So it's about 25 minutes from sort of downtown area.
Oh, great. Very convenient.
Yes, we will also still cover, I know last time we got a lot of questions on gastronomy as well, so we'll definitely be covering that as well, whether it's in the next webinar or the one after that.
Fantastic. Now, I've had a couple of questions from people wondering where the webinar recording is, so I am just going to use the chat option and send you the link on the After website where all the recordings, links, and a copy of the presentations are. So this is getting sent to you via the chat. Mamita's just said that they've stayed at the Bubble Shams. I can't pronounce it.
Yes, Bubble Shams, yep.
Bubble Shams, and highly recommended it. Loved it. So that's
great. Yeah, it is a fantastic place. I actually haven't stayed there. I've been there for dinner and a show, and it was, yeah, spectacular. So I'd love to be able to stay there.
Cherie, are you okay if we share your email address for people that have any questions?
Yeah, of course.
All right. I might just also circulate that to everybody in the chat group who are asking. So I'm sending that around to everyone as well. Perfect.
Okay, great.
Does anyone else have any questions? You've obviously done a fantastic and very thorough job, Cherie.
Well, thank you. There's a lot to cover, but I really wanted to, you know, everyone to see what really was on offer for families, and more to come as well. So, yeah, you really can stop over every time you're visiting Dubai, because you obviously can't see it all in you know, 2 or 3 nights, that's for sure.
I think it was back in 2018, around September, when I went to Dubai and got to go to Legoland, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? I mean, it's for all ages, really. And I mean, they cater for the little kids as well, but anyone that loves Lego, I mean, and especially, you know, having all those 3 parks and the water park in one location makes it super easy.
Yeah, definitely. I've got a question here from Jacinta Cherie around the World Expo and when it's expected to go ahead.
Yeah, so the World Expo has just been pushed back a year. So it will be starting in October next year. So really just to give, I guess, everyone time in all their different countries and regions to be able to forward plan, because we just don't know when, you know, a lot of the borders were opening. So we decided just to push it back that full year. And it will still be going ahead, and it will be obviously one of those unique experiences. So we really encourage people to come through that time of year. It is out of in terms of weather-wise, October through to in Dubai, I guess October through to March when the expo actually run, perfect weather. So in saying that, December, Jan can get a little cool as well. So we do actually have winter in Dubai, surprisingly, and it does rain. So if you're there for that, that's, obviously a unique experience in the desert. But yeah, definitely World Expo, I would encourage everyone to come through to, because the pavilions are absolutely amazing. There's a separate information sheet which can be provided on Expo as well, so you can actually send out to your clients so they can see, what countries are exhibiting and what's on offer as well in the complex.
Yeah, great. I have a comment here from Marnie who says that they spent 5 nights at Atlantis last year with the kids. They could have stayed another 5 nights. They loved it. So put that on the to-do list, Atlantis, everybody.
Yeah, I guess the thing is when you're staying at Atlantis as well, because it is its own little destination hub, a lot of people stay out there and don't really get off the palm because there's so much to do at the resort. So that's why we're like, if you stayed at Atlantis, you need to come back and see the rest of the city. So yeah, definitely lots to do.
That's great. Eleanor's just asked if you can recommend the best time to visit Dubai weather-wise. And I know we say you can do Dubai at any time of the year because a lot of it is indoor and really well air-conditioned facilities. But perhaps you could give us a taster on the weather, Cherie.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Look, we do, like you said, Joe, we do say that Dubai is an all year round destination. The summer periods, it starts to warm up sort of, middle of May, and then sort of drop off again towards the end, also middle of September. But your hottest months would definitely be June, July, August. Like you said, Dubai is fully catered for the summer, so which is a lot of our traffic coming through to Europe at that time as well, doing stopovers. So everything, there's a lot of activities that are indoors, air conditioned, and it just means either starting your day earlier or finishing it a bit later at night as well. So you can actually do, your beach in the morning before it gets too hot, and then you can do some of your indoor activities at the mall or at the theme parks as well. And then in the evenings, you can get out again once the sun sets as well. So definitely caters. All the metro stops are air conditioned as well. So if you're taking the metro throughout the city, you'll be fine there. Everyone's, there's Uber's, taxis obviously to get you around as well. In saying that, in January and February, it does get quite chilly in Dubai. So especially if you're going out to the desert, you'll definitely need to take a jumper out there with you because it does get cold. Trust me, I did that. I made that mistake. So yeah, perfect. I guess in weather-wise, if you're wanting to avoid the summer, so anywhere between end of September, October, going through to the beginning of May as well.
And what's chilly, Cherie? What would you call chilly?
Probably, I would say for Dubai, like your low 20s.
Oh, that's beautiful weather. How lovely.
Well, being a West Australian, that to me is a bit fresh. And 10 degrees at night, so it does get cool, honestly.
Yeah, right. This is probably one to put down to attend to on another webinar, but Philip has just said, can you talk about the airport and the ship terminal and all the facilities? So we might make a note of that, and that might be something to cover off.
Yeah, we can in terms of because we were going to cover cruise as well, just to let you know. So that we'll definitely put that under at the cruise terminal under that as well. So we can cover.
Great topic.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost 3 o'clock and we've run out of questions, so we'll wrap it up there. But I'd like to thank everybody for joining us again. Please jump across to the AFTA website and look at the assets that we put up there. I've shared that link with you all. And of course, I've provided Cherie's email if you have any questions that you'd like to direct to her specifically. Thank you all very much for joining us. Cherie, Julie, Andrew, thanks again for your time.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Joe.